For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, it's the beginning of April already. We got some flowers behind us, and that's a great sign. Glad to have you along. Paul Dingeman's my name. We've got a very interesting show. Kelly Klemmer's along to talk about crawfish, right? Crawfish Boil. And then Kristen Lyons will be along to talk about gypsy moth. We don't want to talk about food and gypsy moths at the same time. So we're going to start with Kelly. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thanks
and happy birthday. You recently had a birthday.
I did, yes.
Everything's going good. Talk to me about who you are and what you who you work for.
All right. So I am the development director for Lelito's Legacy Foundation. Lelito's Legacy Foundation is a nonprofit organization here in St. Clair County. We support student athletes by eliminating financial barriers and creating healthy opportunities. The ways we're known for doing that are a lot of our funding goes to helping student athletes in need to cover their pay-to-play fees for them to be able to afford to play sports at the middle school and high school level. And then we also give grants to the schools to help them update their athletic equipment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then we also known for Tim's football camp that we run in the summer. So that will be coming back this summer after the COVID hiatus.
In case I just moved into the community and don't know who Tim is, give me a thumbnail sketch of Tim. He went to St. Clair High School.
He did. He graduated in 2007 with myself, and then he went on to play at Grand Valley State University, and then spent 6 years with the New Orleans Saints, a little bit of time with the Titans, and then retired as an offensive lineman with the Detroit Lions. So
he had a good career. He
did.
Must have been involved in NFL for 8-9 years.
Yep. Yeah. So he's good. He's proud to be back home and doing good things for the community.
So the Legacy Foundation started out with the pay-to-play problem. Kids started to have to. Schools were struggling for finances, so they said, "Oh, we're going to need money. If you want to play badminton or tiddlywinks, you're going to have to help pay."
Right.
So
yeah.
that made it a strain on some of the students.
Absolutely. Some of the pay-to-play fees can cost anywhere from $50 to $150 per sport or per student. Yes, sometimes depending on the school.
So if you're a family and you got 3 or 4 kids active in sports, middle school and high school, that starts to add up.
Yeah, it really can. So we try to eliminate, some of those financial barriers because we really believe that, sports is a segue to, better grades, a healthier lifestyle, and hopefully, a better education down the road. As Tim was the first, college graduate in his family, because he really believes sports was that pathway to get him there.
And so you guys need to raise money in order to give the money back out.
Correct.
And you have 2 or 3 events a year. Well, talk to me about the one that's coming up.
So the first one, we kick off the year to celebrate Tim's time down in New Orleans, to kind of pay homage to those roots down there, and we hold an annual Crawfish Boil.
Ooh.
It's perfect this time of year. We always hold it on Good Friday. We're hoping now that it's later in the year, April 15th, it will hopefully have good weather to follow as well. But the Crawfish Boil is just a fun, get-together time, kind of celebrate Tim's roots in an interesting way. And it will be served traditional. So I'm not sure if you know traditional crawfish. So
tell me about that.
There's 4 large, big tables that we have. And we cook all the crawfish and the veggies and the spices. And this year we're actually even adding shrimp to the mix.
Okay.
And when it's all cooked and ready to go, Tim will dump the big pot right onto the table, and you can pick away and eat what you want. And then there's, trash cans in the middle.
Oh my!
That's the traditional Louisiana way of the Crawfish Boil. So we're bringing that back this
year. Where they wear the bibs? No.
Yes. So this year too, thanks to our sponsors, Maritime Tax Accounting and Wellington Financial, we will be giving away commemorative aprons to the first 100 orders. So if you get there, you want to get there early though. We are ordering about 200 pounds of crawfish straight from Louisiana. We get it shipped up here.
Wow.
And we're adding 300 pounds of shrimp plus
Wow.
all the veggies and the
Wow.
spices. So.
Where are you going to do this?
So we are hosting it at Warwater Brewery this year, downtown St. Clair.
Right.
They have new updates to their facility, and we're looking forward to making the event bigger and more fun. So there'll be raffles and live music from Brandon Pavlov and Paula Oates. So
Oh, wonderful.
it
Good
will
music, good
be a
food.
good
What else
night.
could you
Yeah, good
want
beer.
for?
Yeah.
And for, as they say, is for a good cause.
Yeah.
Good,
Yep.
great cause.
All of it will help the kids.
All right, so that's going to be soon. It's look for the April 15th. Oh, tax day, April 15th, 4 o'clock until the supplies last. So that's one event. So then you do a couple other things.
So we have another event that the registration will open the day after Crawfish Boil that is very popular, and that is our Adult Field Day.
Adult Field Day.
Yes. So
Okay.
in May, we have 144 participants competing in field day-like games, but we like to add in a couple, twists to throw them off and make it a little more fun and interesting for the adults. So it's another fundraiser for us. This one goes to the grant that will help update the athletic facilities. And it's a blast. Every year is different with the different games, and it's amazing.
Did you have like a grade school kind of thing where you have sack races and stuff?
Yep, but we always add in a caveat. So one year it was a 3-legged race, but one person was blindfolded, so they had to be guided by their partner. So we're always throwing in different things to the mix, and none of the participants know what they're getting into until the day of. So,
Oh, wonderful. Oh, so
yeah.
you can't prepare and practice
Yeah.
and try and beat the other team.
Exactly.
Is this a team event or is this?
It is, yes. So it's 6 players a team, so you must have 6 players. All players must be 21 and up just due to our liquor licensing and rules
Yeah.
with the state. And then there's room for 24 teams to compete. We actually will be raffling off a spot in Adult Field Day at the Crawfish Boil, so you'll
Okay.
have a chance to even win a spot. If you don't win a spot, you will have to register online on April 16th at noon on our website. But it costs $300 a team, which is about
That's not bad.
$50 a player. So
Yeah,
you get drink
yeah.
tickets and food, and then get to participate in the
Fun
games,
day.
and there's fun prizes.
Where is it?
It will be at the Harvest Event Center in Marine City, so right there by Marine City High School. So not too far for
It's the old
everybody.
KSC parking lot.
It is, yes.
And that people don't realize that there's a huge field behind that building that was part of that KSC property.
Right.
And so there's plenty of parking, and there's plenty of, and you're going to have the event behind the building.
Correct. So it is an outdoor event. If we do happen to get rained out, we have June 4th slated for the makeup date. But
okay.
for in years past, we've dealt with a little bit of rain, but we've always been able to, pull everything off. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so that's this is April 15th, and then that's
May 21st.
May 21st.
But the registration will open April 16th at noon.
21st. Then, when do the camps start, and how do I register my kid?
So camp registration will be out soon. It is June 28th and 29th. This year we do a Tuesday, Wednesday, just to kind of eliminate running into vacations and different things. But it is open to all students entering 5th through 12th grade.
Okay.
So if the younger kids, it's kind of an intro to football, kind of the basics, fundamentals, and then we also have for the older kids just kind of sharpening those skills and everything like that. And the best part about the camp is that, there's Tim, obviously he's made it to the NFL level, but what we like to do is bring in college players.
Oh, good,
current
good.
college players are there to talk to the kids and work with the kids, because we like to show them that there's a progressive, when you're in 5th grade, the NFL is a pipe dream. It's pretty far out there, but we're not here to create the next professional athlete. We just
Right.
want to encourage the kids to, stay in sports, stay healthy, be well-educated, adults. And so the college level, we really like to bring that in and show them that you can get to this level and it's still a success. So.
And then Tim, he did a little coaching last year for Marine City. Is he going to be thinking he's going back? Or we don't know
I
yet.
haven't heard yet. Yeah.
So after the camp, and then the rest of the year, do you have anything planned?
We also have a golf outing that takes place in July. So
Wow.
we're still working on those details.
Okay, well, we'll have you back,
but
and you can tell us about it.
Yeah, so we have a fun summer. It's we like to do a lot of different fundraisers and things.
And Tim's foundation is managed by St. Clair County Community Foundation?
Our fund there to help the grants go out is helped by the Community Foundation. So
Good,
yep,
so-
anything that rolls out to the schools, they help us kind of facilitate
Good people
that.
up there too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, Kelly, it's April 15th
Mm-hmm.
from 4 o'clock until the supplies left. Sounds like a fun night.
Oh, yeah.
And did we miss anything?
I think that's it. It's going to be a
Okay.
blast. I look forward to seeing everyone there.
All right, good. Well, Kelly has got all the information on the Tim Lelito. I always pronounce that wrong too.
Lelito?
Lelito.
There you go.
Lelito Foundation, and she'll be back as the spring progresses here to tell us more about the next activities that are coming up. We'll be right back with our next guest. And we are back, and we are got a really interesting segment coming up with the Friends of the St. Clair River and Kirsten Lyons, the Stewardship Division Director. Is that a big title for you?
Yeah, my title's changing to Spongy Moth Program Coordinator.
Okay, Sponge
Spongy
Moth,
Moth
Gypsy
Program Coordinator.
Coordinator. I'm so confused. I'd better let you talk and find out what's going on here. Welcome back to the show.
Thank
and
you.
joining you is Lydia Nicholas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Welcome
too.
to the show. There's been a problem in St. Clair County over the years with a product or an animal or a bug called the gypsy moth. And the county fathers have now decided to start some preventive programs, one of which is spraying. And so the Friends of the St. Clair River have been assigned the responsibility and the opportunity to tell the people about it, right?
Right, that's right, absolutely, yeah. So we're, Friends of the St. Clair River is helping the county with public educational outreach related to spongy moth, formerly known as gypsy moth. And we've done quite a bit of data collection and field work, and now we're gearing up for an aerial spray program.
Well, let's start with why did the name change? Why did it go from gypsy moth to spongy moth?
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so as our culture is progressing, we're trying to move away from common names that may have a slur, an offensive word, and so
I hadn't even thought of that part of it.
yeah, and so it was just a respectful thing, you know, to do. So we're moving towards spongy moth.
Did that happen nationwide or only in St. Clair County?
It is a nationwide thing, sponsored by the Entomological Society of America.
Wow, pretty cool. Okay, all right. So go ahead.
So,
How do they come around, or how do they?
yeah, so we lucked out in St. Clair County. We haven't had an outbreak of spongy moth in about 20 years. And I was trained 20 years ago to manage a gypsy moth or spongy moth suppression program. But then the program just sort of disbanded after the last outbreak collapsed naturally.
Right.
And then, lo and behold, 2021, woo, big time spongy moth issues. So
So what does the spongy moth do to foliage?
they eat foliage. So what happens is the adult moths lay their eggs in late summer, early fall. And then those egg, we call them egg masses because they lay them in big groups. So those egg masses will sit there through the whole fall, over the winter, and they won't hatch until the following late spring. So late April, early May, they hatch out of those egg masses. They're little teeny tiny, quarter-inch long, hairy caterpillars, and they'll just sit there on the egg
Cute
masses.
little guys.
Yeah, they're cute little guys when they're this big. But when they get bigger and bigger and bigger, they can consume more and more foliage. They especially love oaks. But as they get bigger, they'll wait for conditions to be right. They'll start to ascend, climb up the trees, and go up into the canopy and feed overnight, all night. And so
they can destroy the foliage on a tree
foliage.
one night?
Well, it takes they feed for about 2 months from the time they hatch until the time they go into their cocoon to turn into adults and start the cycle over again. But during that time, one caterpillar can get up to 3 inches long, and that caterpillar can eat up to a square yard of foliage.
Wow.
So you multiply that times thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, or billions of caterpillars, you got a big problem.
Wow, amazing, absolutely amazing. So you're going to have some seminars or public hearings throughout the county
Yeah.
coming up, but I've already heard some questions from people. You're going to spray, and that's basically what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, that's what the programs next week, starting next week, will be focused on, is how the spray program works.
And there are some concerns, can I have my kids out in the yard, or what's going to happen to my dog or my pets? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so the product that will be sprayed from the airplane will be BT is the short name for it. It's Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a naturally occurring soil-dwelling bacteria. It's already in the environment all around us. It's just that manufacturers have figured out how to produce it in large quantities and spray it from an airplane. So the product is, it's considered a biological control, and it is a product that is used in certified organic food production. It's been used for decades. In gypsy moth management or spongy moth management. And it is considered very safe and very effective. And it's very rare that you get a pesticide that's that safe and that effective.
You may see the plane coming around and spraying fields and spraying areas in
Mostly
the
they're
city.
spraying trees.
Trees?
For the most part, they're spraying trees. So
Okay.
the airplanes won't, for the most part, they won't spray farm fields because that's not where the spongy moth is.
Right.
They're in the trees.
So if you see the plane and you see the spray coming out, you don't have to be concerned that it's going
It's not
to knock
harmful
you
to
down
pets or
or
plants
make
or
you
people.
pass out. Or
Yeah. Nope, it's not harmful to any of those. It is harmful to caterpillars. It's not even
Sam has put the
he's
slide
put
up
some
here.
of our slides up,
So
yeah.
the one on the left is
That's the cocoon that they go into in late summer.
okay.
And then they emerge out of that as adult moths.
So the one on the right is
The one on the right is the adult moth. The male is the top image, and the female is the bottom image. So the female's whitish, beigeish, with some black marks.
Okay, let's see the next slide, Sam. And should I? Okay,
So
that's
there's a
about,
close-up of a female laying an egg mass. So that's what the egg masses look like, is those kind of beige,
Okay.
tan, fuzzy wads.
Should I do anything? Should I scrape them off?
Yeah,
when I see
yeah.
them?
This is a good time to scrape those egg masses off. And if you scrape them off, collect them and destroy them. Don't just
Okay.
let them fall to the ground.
Don't put them in the garbage.
You can put them in the, I guess they could go to a landfill. Sure, they're not going to hatch in a landfill.
Okay.
But the reason we ask folks not to let them just fall to the ground is because these things are meant to last 8 or 9 months through the winter outdoors. They're really tough. So they
Okay.
can still hatch if you just let them fall.
So egg mass surveys were done in the fall to help determine where the breakout. So you guys went through the county.
We went all
And-
over the county looking for
Okay.
egg masses.
Okay,
and,
next.
Yep.
What do we got next, Sam? Sam's taking pictures. Okay.
Okay, so this is what it's going to look like in late April or early May when they start
So
to
there's
hatch.
little bugs on it, or
Those
is
are
that
caterpillars. Those little black dashes are the little
The-
hairy
each
caterpillars.
one of them is
Each
a
one of
caterpillar.
those is a caterpillar.
Oh
so one
my.
egg mass can
Oh my.
hatch out at 100 to 1,000 little caterpillars. Each egg mass.
Oh my.
100 to 1,000. So this is why when you
Yeah.
have an outbreak, you have millions and billions of
Yeah.
caterpillars, and each of them eating a square yard of foliage.
Okay, next, Sam. And there's a
So
good
there's
old
one of
caterpillar.
the 3-inchers. So that's what they look like just before they go into their cocoon and start the life cycle over.
Okay, keep going. Wow.
And that's what the mess looks like. So this is one of the homeowners shared this photo with
And
us.
look at all the leaves on top of the.
Those leaf fragments are from the caterpillars feeding up in the canopy. So as they feed, they drop frass, which is a fancy word for
Wow.
excrement. And then they drop those leaf fragments because
Okay.
they're really messy and the food falls out
Yep.
of their mouths. Yeah.
Like kids in going to McDonald's and just throwing stuff around.
All right.
They're messy.
They're messy. They are so messy.
What's next, Sam? And this is the meetings.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
let's
the
talk about the
schedule.
meetings.
Yeah. So we'll be in where's my
Clair
schedule?
Township.
St. Clair Township.
This coming Tuesday.
Tuesday evening, we'll be in St. Clair Township. The next night, we'll be in Clyde Township. Saturday, we'll be right here in Gregg Park.
Okay.
We're going to do an egg mass scraping party in Gregg Park. We know where the egg masses are in there because our volunteers and I
Okay.
and Lydia did some survey work in there.
And,
So we're going to show people how to scrape and destroy egg masses. It's really fun.
then on the 14th,
yep.
you're going to be in Columbus Township.
Yep, 14th Columbus Township. We'll be talking mostly about the spray program now.
Okay, but so it's okay for people to go out and look for them, and if they see them, to scrape them off, save them, put them in a
Yeah,
bag.
now one thing about that is wear gloves. So they're fuzzy, right?
Yep.
And you probably noticed the caterpillars are hairy.
Yeah.
So all the hair and the fuzz can cause an allergic reaction. People
Okay.
who are sensitive, and you never know until you actually come in contact with it and then break out, or it can be very painful and itchy. So.
This is totally different kind of work for Friends of the St. Clair River.
Well,
They're involved with trees.
We protect, restore, and enhance the environment. And if we let people just try to fight this issue on their own, they're going to use products that maybe aren't as effective and maybe aren't as safe for themselves and for the environment. So
We
that's why
don't have
get
it here,
involved.
but you did have, the county had some maps out.
Yes.
So where are you going?
Yeah, so if folks want to see where the areas that are going to be aerially sprayed are, they can go to www.stclaircounty.org/caterpillars.
Okay.
So the county invested in a whole new website to help address this issue and collect people's feedback and show folks where. So all the maps are on there, on that website. There's background information, more about the life cycle and biology, homeowner controls.
So there's going to be some spraying in St. Clair. There's going to be some spraying, obviously, in St. Clair Township and Clyde and Columbus Townships. Other spaces, other areas
There's
around?
17 different municipalities.
Oh.
So this outbreak was very large and very widely distributed across our county. Clyde got hit the hardest of any area, but we picked the communities that we're going to because they were also hit pretty hard. So.
And so is this happening other places in Michigan?
Yeah, it was kind of a rough year. 2021 was a rough year for spongy moth issues. So especially northern lower peninsula was hit really hard.
Traverse City areas and
Yeah, from there all the
Alpena.
way, west to east, the whole northern lower peninsula was really hit
well, we
hard.
need those leaves for fall color.
Well, we do, yeah. So we're trying to protect people's quality of life and trying to prevent the indiscriminate use of chemical insecticides and things by helping to coordinate this program. So.
Pretty exciting stuff. And welcome to both of you to St. Clair. I understand you moved your offices from a couple of times. You were in Port Huron, and then you went to Marine City. Now you're settled here at the Eddy Innovation Center.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
Welcome.
Very exciting. Thank you.
And you get to exercise and then go eat.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. There's barbecue. There's the gym. There's.
A little bit of everything for everyone.
So have we missed anything?
Have we missed anything, Lydia?
I don't think so.
Well, let's go through the dates again. The first meeting is right around the corner on April the 5th.
Tuesday, April 5th.
St. Clair Township Hall.
St. Clair Township Hall. Wednesday, April 6th, Clyde Township Hall. Saturday the 9th, Gregg Park. That'll be all outdoors. Dress appropriately. Thursday, April 14th, Columbus Township Hall.
And you don't have to be a resident of any
You
one
don't
of
have to
those.
be a resident of any of
Just
those
come
communities.
to whatever meeting is
it doesn't matter
convenient
where
for
live.
you.
Yep.
You're doing great work, ladies.
Thank
great
you.
work.
Thank you.
Keeping our community beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks much. And the river's always great, looking beautiful. We just put these pictures back up of the spring pictures,
I
and
was like,
they're
oh,
the
coaster.
color of the river looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love to put them back up. We
Yeah,
had
right.
ice in the last one.
Yeah.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.